Mahomes is still the prohibitive favorite. You are still getting plus money. But honestly, George, I look at this and say he has MVS, Kadarius Toney, and Sky Moore. And even last season, I said I wanted to sort of fade them. They still dominated, which is what they do. But I'm going to sort of stick with that and not so much fading him and the team, but saying I don't necessarily love his weapons as much as I love Joe Burrow's weapons. I like Herbert's weapons. I like Allen's weapons. Look at all of the weapons in the AFC East now. So it's a little bit different, I think. I think all the teams around him are getting better. So I wouldn't bet Mahomes in this spot. I would look at Herbert. I know you'll talk about that. The fact that they threw the ball at the second highest rate of all teams last season is big for me. I would look at Allen, knowing that they have the fourth toughest schedule. Maybe those games are going to be tighter. They didn't look their best at the end of the season. So if that carries in, they might be playing from behind or again playing in some tight games. And then Kirk Cousins. I know he's down the board. Everybody always shades him, but he throws the ball. And as long as he has Justin Jefferson, I'm going to bet over on the passing yards. He had the fourth most attempts behind Mahomes, Herbert, and Brady last season. So I would say Cousins for that plus money. I love that number. What did I say? Is that 7-1? And then Allen and Herbert would probably be my pick.
And for Kirk Cousins, the Minnesota Vikings went out and drafted another receiver. They're going away from defense, leaning into offense. Whatever the approach is out there in Minnesota, they're going all in.
And no more Cook?
Yes, exactly. It adds even more.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So Mahomes plus 140. I mean, you could get plus money on Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going plus money, plus 275 on that long-haired gentleman and Justin Herbert. He was under 300 yards off from throwing from 5,000 yards last season. That would have been the second time in his career. And he had Joe Lombardi as his offensive coordinator, which was calling an offense and passing plays as if it was Drew Brees with a bad shoulder and not Justin Herbert, who has an absolute cannon dangling off his body. And you look at the receivers, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson, of course, Mike Williams and Austin Eckler. Then they went ahead and invested in the offensive line, drafting Anton Harrison out of Oklahoma. That man only allowed 2 pressures over his last season, pass blocking for the Sooners. So everything's coming around for Herbert. He's done it before, 2 years removed from 5,000 yards.